We've looked at the smallest units of language, the speech sounds, and how we can describe and talk about those. In the next few weeks, we'll be moving on to the larger structures of language: words, phrases, clauses, and sentences. These are the kinds of structures that people usually mean when they talk about grammar. So for the next few weeks, we'll be covering grammar. We'll start by looking at words and how words can be grouped into parts of speech. You've probably heard of nouns and verbs, maybe of adjectives, pronouns, but how exactly do you know if a word is one or the other? How many parts of speech are there anyway? That's what we're going to be looking at in this week's material. You'll understand why parts of speech are important when we move on to phrases. Phrases are groups of words which go together and do a particular job in a sentence. And in order to know what kind of a phrase something is, we need to know what the part of speech of the main word in that phrase is. Then we'll look at clauses and sentences. Clauses are built up out of phrases, and different kinds of phrases do different kinds of jobs in a clause. You'll learn how to identify different kinds of clauses and sentences and to analyze their structure. This is an important skill for a teacher because teaching children to write well and to express themselves coherently involves understanding how different kinds of structures are used to express meaning in language. As you can see, we're starting with the smaller parts of language and building up from there. So words make up phrases, phrases make up clauses, clauses make up sentences. What this means is that the content in each week is going to build on what you learned in the previous weeks. And because of this, it's very important to have a good understanding of each week's content before you move on to the next part. So if there's something that you're struggling with, do go back and revise it and ask in class if you still need help. Remember that teachers are dependent on our students to tell us what the difficult bits are, and it's our job to answer your questions and to help you understand.